Welcome to the Out There channel. Live stream 447. Let's see how this goes today. Will the men in black pay a visit?
Hiding, I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love. I'm hiding, I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love.
Let the fate control your body. At the beginning, there was written.
Come follow me, yeah. It's love,
Follow me down, people.
I'm searching,
Down to -7 level.
I'm finding love.
Hello. Good to be back. Good to be back. Now to bring some truth to ufology again. There's that USB noise again. I think my USB has gradually got worse. The USB hub. I think it's got some sort of fault happening on it. It's possibly the power supply. They have a limited lifetime, power supplies. They gradually degrade over time. So I might have to splash out some more money on hardware, which I don't have, which brings me to the goal, just to keep the channel going, and that's just on ongoing licenses and membership costs. So at the moment we've got 120, and until we get to 200 I can't actually take it out either. So yeah, it'd be interested to see how we go past Christmas. It's not looking good, especially if we've got more hardware problems. Well, let's see. Hopefully it's not going to be a big enough problem. I've only got the LED light hanging off it, and of course my second display. Oh, open there. My second display. So hopefully it doesn't kill the display. But I'll probably figure out a way to get around it, so hopefully it won't interrupt the stream. Oh, here we go again. Yeah, it's got to be power. I didn't bump anything. Or move. I didn't move. As I said to JD, as soon as I give away stuff, normally my stuff starts going wrong soon after. Every time I do it, that I give people stuff, and it turns out my stuff is going to go faulty soon after. It's alright though. Maybe I can use the old USB 2 hub I've got. If I can find a power supply for it. I've been going through a lot of power supplies lately. Shabby made Chinese power supplies. Yeah, if that's going to keep making that beeping noise, I have to try to silence USB connections somehow. We'll see how see if it stabilizes. Should have an option after 5 beeps. Do you want to keep hearing this one? No, we don't. Ignore it. Yeah, so I need to. I got the goal up. Since we got interrupted by that horrible sound. That should be at the front. Yeah, so yeah, super chats are operational. OBS tip jars open, and you can get that through my webpage. I don't think Google have broadcast or gone live because no one's showing up. There we go again. Looks like I have to disable that beep. WordPress. That beep has been putting me off my concentration already. Has it gone upwards? It doesn't load yet. Yeah, so if you want to join our Discord group, find all the places that we upload media to, well, some of them, and donate, you can find the links there. USB device connected to computer malfunctioned. Yeah, I think it's got to be the hub. Let's see if that goes away finally now. Could be the screen, of course. It's got a touch. It's meant to be touch sensitive. But only works if you've got the HDMI cable disconnected. And it runs off USB only. But I've got the HDMI cable connected because I don't want to use the touch screen. But I don't think you can get power through the HDMI connector. Don't think it's got power through there. Or very little. Anyway, let's see how it goes. Anyone? Hello, anyone out there? It is a Friday here and a Thursday in America. And yeah, I was going to hang out for another day when more people are available to come in. But there might not be enough people around today. So we got the Rob next Rob show coming up this weekend. So we've got at least that planned. Welcome. Live-447. More UFO vids to look at. Okay, so the beeping may have finally buggered off. And everything seems to be working alright. A bit laggy there on YouTube though. CPU is stable at 30%. What's happened here? Looks like it's got resized. Keeps resizing. Yes, so just to recap what we did yesterday, last stream, we did quite a big chunk on the Dark Pyramid, And I just realised that they may have blocked out part of the map, which is not the real location. And that makes total sense to me. So when I found that impact crater, it actually fitted quite well where the location would be at the base of the mountain, Mount Moffat. And of course that runway, we found out that they used them for target practice and they bombed them. So they may have bombed the runway after finishing with it for target practice. That makes total sense. That's why it's got a lot of lakes and holes in it. And it's close to that impact crater. That's all in the right place. So I think it might be up in that location after all. So I'm not sure if we can find it on Google Earth. I'll just go back and have a look. Hey Dan, how's it going? And Jasper, good morning. I was just saying, I don't think anyone's going to show up today because it's Thursday in America. Yeah, we just got a little technical problem here. It looks like the USB hub on the back of the laptop is dying. So it's finally stopped beeping. We don't need it though to work as a hub. We just need it as a power splitter for the monitor. But yeah, without the second monitor I'll be in trouble. And it looks like I've bit my tongue overnight and it's a wee bit swollen on one side. So I'm just trying to find the impact crater that I added to the thing here. Just to recap the Dark Pyramid. And we'll just have to keep researching it, I suppose. Okay, see where that impact crater is here. It's right at the base of the mountain. It would be a perfect location for where this Dark Pyramid would be. And as we know, there was a runway up here. It was near the big river. So I don't know if we can see it on the map here. Like the big map. I don't remember seeing it, which is kind of strange. Maybe because we can't go down low enough, maybe. See, the other possibilities are... What's that there? What the hell's that? Some funny cloud or ice packet. Right. Yeah, it's probably ice. Some of these lakes could be crater impacts, but unless they're sort of circles, we can sort of discount them. So you can see that would probably be a fairly big lake there, I reckon, and that impact crater must be really big. Here it is here. And it does look like it might have some entrances going underground. Down here, near the base of the mountain. And up here. But that would be in a perfect location. See, that looks like another little tiny impact crater there. But then when you zoom into it, it looks more like a lake rather than an impact. Because it's shadow play, right? It looks like a shadow. So it's not actually a round one. But there, that one sort of stands out. And the ridge going around here. Might be wrong, but yeah, the air runway was up here, I'm pretty sure. Not too far away from it, which would be perfect. I think it was called Fort, it was next to Fort something rather, wasn't it? Can't remember what it's called now. So does that mean that maybe the pyramid's under the impact crater or under the mountain? If it exists. So here we go, Fort Greely. I think that's where the airport was, wasn't it? Here it was here. Not far away from the impact. Was it here? I was pretty sure it was. Where's the runway? What the hell's that? Ah, a square. We didn't see that last time. Okay, so maybe they put us off direction because we did see a square on their video, didn't we? And next to the river, they had a runway strip. I don't know if there's one here. Certainly dense forest along there. See, that one's more impact crater-y, isn't it? It's got the more circular thing to it. Where's the runway disappeared to? I'm sure it was here. It wouldn't disappear just like that, would it? It's got a road to nowhere, right? Lots of roads to nowhere. You can see it's dense forest. You wouldn't want to be stuck down there, would you? I think you have to follow all the roads around this. Someone's got a lot of time spare, maybe want to look more into it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the runway was there. Fort Greely. Now we can't see it at all. But it had a lot of impact craters. They should still be there. Plus it had some of the string going across it, didn't it? Like this white stuff. Again, it looks like a road. So maybe it depends where it is on here. So what's it saying here? That all these are the same images? Yeah, it's got some going back further now. 2004, we didn't have that before, did we? Let's have a look. Now the square's still there. And there's a lot more stuff here now. That's really strange. What is it? Really weird. Could it be ice? A square block there is out of focus. That's really strange. I guess it must be ice. So where's my impact crater disappeared to? Okay. And we got, of course, it was over here, wasn't it? Doesn't look very impact cratery now for some reason. But it is blurry. Looks different, doesn't it? I think we got cloud cover. Okay, let's go forward. 2005. And now the impact crater is starting to show up again. And look at all the holes now. A lot of holes there now. And over here, here's a lot of holes now. Aha, what's this? So that's showing up recently. So that's been built in a year. What the hell is it? Looks like some military outpost, doesn't it? Where hangars would be. And runway, maybe? There's a runway there. And there's that fort. And there's that square block. Yeah, so I don't know. Unless we can find out the true location of it. I bet this is the problem we have with ufology. Linda Moulton Howe probably knows exactly the coordinates of it, but she keeps it under wraps so she can keep control of information and make money from it. It's all about money. With these people not actually trying to find out the truth. Okay, what's that down there? Impact crater, I think. What's it say there? It's not getting bigger. Right, what's it say? 760 kilometers diameter. So that's a class 5 impact, is it? So that would be the collision point there. Where would 750 kilometers get us? Probably way where we're looking, actually, when you think about it. Yeah, I think there was a lot of impact craters all around here. Anyway, better get moving. Sometimes you can look at something and just pin something you didn't see last time, and it starts to become obvious. So it's always best to keep revisiting things. You can see here all these purple ones and red ones, all impact craters going back millions of years, and they spread debris quite a fair distance. So this goes to show you, this looks too bare, right? But there are some up here that's been documented. Barren Seas down here. What was that one? What is that exactly? I don't understand what that is. What's that say? Bar. What do we got? 12 kilometers. Sedimentary target. Bollard type. So that was another explosion above there, I guess. Where debris come down. So yeah, obviously there's a lot missing still. It's fascinating though. I find it interesting anyway. That's what you call research. The real stuff. And once you start collecting more and more information like that, then you can start to tie things together with ufology, where there was certain incidents that happened. Alright, you've been watching that this morning, wasn't it? I thought that was yesterday. They put people up in space yesterday. It was successful. Was it last night? I thought it was in the morning. I suppose Elon Musk didn't go on the first one just in case it blew up. Unlike Virgin, he just dives into anything. He doesn't care if he dies or not. He's a crazy man, that one. But Elon, I think he's a wee bit scared of his own technology. Okay, so let's get on to looking at the other stuff that's just come in. We haven't gone over... what's that one? Did I miss something? Alright. Now that's for today. We haven't gone over these lately. MUFON cases. But we might find some time today. Let's see. And see what we're looking at. It's not been really good stuff there lately. So yeah, what I've done is also I've added a lot of chapters to that last one because it's such a big one. I think it was like 23 jump points on it. That's old thumbnails, I think. Right, maybe not. So I've changed the thumbnail for Rob's and the impact crater one here, and Dark Pyramid, and now it's got lots of chapter links. So if you want to jump to a certain point in it, I've done the hard work on it. Here's all the different changes in topic or research. So now you can jump straight to the runway. Google Earth, Bing Maps, and just go straight there. We did get quite a few likes on that one, 13. The usual 3 dislikes from idiots who would, if they just sat down and listened and joined in, they would find it really interesting if they really want to research new areas in the UFO field, because I'm actually sort of like one of the driving forces in that, and theories and stuff. So I'm just like the seed. I plant the seed and others can then tap onto it and take it forward, hopefully. Try and get people to think outside the box and not be wrapped up in quantum mechanics so much and modern science, because it might be wrong or slightly wrong. You know, if they build a theory on top of a theory and the first theory turns out to be wrong, then all of it that's been built on is wrong. This idea of isotopes could even be wrong if Big Bang is turned out to be wrong. But I think there's some truth. Again, it's not black and white, but grey. And I think the universe has been expanded, and the elements in the universe had a starting point, but I don't think they come from one big expanding explosion instant. It's not actually explosion, but that's how people think of it. It's sort of expanded from a dot, a singularity, into 14 billion light years, which is impossible. It's like magic. It's better to say that the universe has always existed and the elements in it started to be formed by some other process rather than instant expansion. Maybe black holes, or well, the black holes have got something to explain it, I suppose. They're probably like part of the recycling of energy, sucking particles which are energy, dense energy, then spit it out again, and it reforms into new. It might be connection points. The black holes might actually be connection points between universes, even. Where I was talking about wormholes, where it actually might be the black holes. So yeah, lots of theories out there, lots of sci-fi scripts that you could write out of it. So first up, Secureteam, I guess. Perhaps we should do our own sci-fi movie, with UFOs and aliens. Anyone that's good at writing script could be like the main leader of it. Just come and join Discord and start a group script writing for a movie. Probably need some CGI artists to do the emanations and things. I suppose you could do it totally emanations, couldn't you? Imagine how long that project would take. It'd be fun though. Probably make lots of money out of it at the end. And probably be more realistic sci-fi than anything coming out of Hollywood at the moment. Okay, so I better check up on the site. I suppose you read the Hitchhiker's Guide. Yep. We still shall wait for default. Yeah, the answer is 42, isn't it? Apparently he got the idea from walking home drunk, and he ended up sleeping in a ditch or something, wasn't it? And he woke up the next day and the sun was shining, and he had an idea for a book. It was quite a good one too, wasn't it? Then he wrote Hitchhiker's Restaurant at the End of the Universe, which was like the sequel to it. But I kind of like the TV series, and I still got it on... Well, I did used to have it on VHS tape, but I got it on hard drive now. And I didn't like the remake movie. It was the movie or TV series, I can't remember now. But I didn't like the remake as much. Sometimes the effects are not needed, like the guy with the two heads, you could see it was like a like a puppet thing, right? But still, it didn't put you off it. A bit like Blake Seven's. Blake Seven is one of the best sci-fis that I grew up from school. Had really bad props and things. People would knock it while they were acting, and you sort of just ignored it, right? Because the story and the scripts were so good. Yeah, we sort of all grew up on Lost in Space and Doctor Who, I think it was, and Star Trek, of course. They're the three main ones. But there are some really good sci-fi movies. The Forbidden Planet is one I particularly like. I thought was the best one was seen for a while, and it still is one of the top ones as far as I'm concerned. And that sort of had a conscious thing to it too, didn't it? I have to rewatch it again. But wasn't he linked to the computer system somehow? I can't remember how he got affected or whatever. And he had control all the like fusion power, whatever it was, come from the core of the planet. That was a good movie. And what's the other one? The Earth Stood Still, where the robot comes out and freezes the... well, melts the tanks and all that. But yeah. And we need some good sci-fis like that going. And then nothing really much happened apart from when Close Encounters came out, wasn't it? Close Encounters of the Third Kind was like the amazing movie. And then Star Wars come out around about the same time. Anyway, Secureteam's put up this one, so let's go through it together. Yoke, he's got the music.
A UFO in China's skies forced Zhoushan Airport to stop operations on July 7th. Outbound flights were grounded after the...
So he knows exactly what this is. He's just repeated old garbage that he's got. He originally said this was in France. Maybe you can actually find that in his thing and actually see his own contradiction. But he's hoping that there's new people come in the last year into ufology, or the couple of years, don't know about his past. And they'll fund him because they're really interested into it now. Where's the spyglass? Out there. Let's see, France. Let's see if it comes up. I haven't bothered searching. Whether we use it as a thumbnail would be another thing too. Oh, here we go. Is that the one? Here we go, France. So just keep that in mind. And that was 2017. A few years ago now. Alright. It's all the same one. I think it's got some more images coming up. We'll just refresh our mind on it. Now, I think this one here was faked. I think I looked at it and it didn't look right. It looked too cookie cuttery, and the light, the way it cuts the wire fence, didn't line up. There's a fence line here. The light doesn't seem to go past the wire. Seems to stop at the wire, which is abnormal. You'd expect the light to keep on going further. But this has been edited from a helicopter on long exposure, and it was actually flying through the sky. And what they did is they animated it. They took the various pictures together and joined it together. And yeah, it's got various CGI problems with it, where they sort of spliced it together. But let's just keep on going. You can see how it sort of goes into a beam here. That they've added in the lights as well. I think there was some sort of protest going on in. This is actually in China, not France. This is actually in China. There was some sort of protest, and they had helicopters up and drones, of course, to film it. Yeah, I think someone's done some good emanation.
Alright, so was that not amazing? You know, whether it turns out to be real or not, that's pretty damn cool. And as I said, the viewer who sent it over didn't have any info on it. He said it was
I guess so. I don't know if Tyler did that himself or not. You can see here.
actually happening somewhere. So if
Actually
it's not
cuts through the
CGI,
fence when
maybe
it
it's
turns
something
on the
else, some
light.
sort of strange light effect or reflection off something. There's a lot of stuff happening in this footage, but it would seem to be over a wooded area. The original video had some music playing to it. We don't have the original audio, so yeah, this is just an example
Alright, so when it does the beam.
of some of the more crazy UFO sightings that are sent to me. Sometimes they're legit, sometimes we just don't know, we don't have enough info, but still cool nonetheless. Let's go to another email. This
Okay, missed it, but there was a one where it cut the fence. About here somewhere. There you go. It finally cuts through the fence. You can see it's a wire fence. So why,
it could be someone
when it reduces the beam, does it sort of
trying to
disappear
fool
so
me
much?
with a CG.
See how it sort of hits the wire here? It looks quite bright and then it sort of dims very quickly. That wouldn't happen with a light beam, would it? So yeah, I sort of found those errors in it at the time. So it's obviously CGI. Now, did he do other ones? Okay, that's that one is a balloon. That's a Menon balloon. That's got a got one single eye, I think it is. It's yellow and it's got blue uniform on. So that's a helium balloon. That's a stupid one.
Actually see, and the reason is
Now, I thought he had some more. I think maybe there was more that come out after the other one. Here it is. That might be the other one. Same time, is it? Pretty close. Yep, same day. Update. Here we go. Massive thing over front. So we've got to get that one too. And you'll see it's the same as
seeing
in the
here
latest video.
that was
Here you go. It's all the same.
inbound flights to
All the
airports
same
in
ones. They're all in
Ningbo
China,
and Wuxi.
but not France.
Over 18 flights were affected, though normal operations resumed an
So now he's added in China here. And Australia.
hour later. The incident captured the attention of the Chinese media and sparked a firestorm of speculation on the UFO's identity. One internet
But he got mixed up later. He was saying that these ones were actually in France and forgot they were in China and all that sort of stuff. And Scott Brando picked him up on it. But you can see they're all going to be the same images that you've probably already seen.
Zhoushan
So all those,
Airport
all those are just security cam of helicopters with the searchlight on it. It's quite amazing, really. But that's what you get. And it looks like a mothership, cigar ship with a long beam coming down. So you can see
on
here
the UFO's identity.
where it's moved. It's regular.
One
And then they turned on the beam of light. So that would be helicopter lights. Yeah, there's another, they're all the same with different cameras, I think. That's another angle of it. From another camera. But you can see they've got little segments in them, which means it's long exposures. If you look at carefully at it, you can see little segments. That means something's moving. And the roll and shutter effect that you get on CMOS. Same here. Keeps repeating the same. And there.
Like shape hovering over the beach here in an eerie display.
Yeah, so that's just obviously not in China again, I don't think. But that's a police helicopter search and rescue helicopter searching for swimmers on the sea out the beach. So that's what you get if you got your camera settings set up right. Can make nice little motherships like that with beams coming down. So you'll see the same images on this one already. Okay.
Jiaoshan Airport to stop operations on July 7th. Outbound flights were grounded after the unidentified flying object was detected by a flight crew. The incident has captured the attention of Chinese media. Theories about the UFO's identity are burning up on the internet as well. They include everything from a hidden U.S. bomber to an elaborate man-made hoax. For now, the UFO continues to be a mystery. A spokesman from China's Civil Aviation Administration confirmed to ABC News that the matter is under investigation.
So there's a few more added into that. So you probably could find originally Scott Brando using flight radar or something like that to prove it was a helicopter. Whether we can still find it, I don't know. What are we saying down here? You're talking about something else. Okay, Scott Brando, where is he? Yeah. Let's see if we can find it. He may have already commented on it again since I last looked. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've got the Secureteam logo. Once again, here's why Secureteam is still a hoax promoter. Publishes a new video about a case already explained. There you go. I thought maybe it might have something up 16 hours ago, so last time I looked. What's that one? Alright, yeah, I was going to get to that. So as we know that the triangle shape in the clouds was actually produced by powerful lights going around the edge, bottom as well as top of the high rises there. And they got triangle buildings as well as square buildings. And of course they form these shadows on low cloud. So yeah, I was hoping he was going to do the other one too. Which we're looking at in the moment with the helicopter. So yeah, he did put out a video about it, how the triangle shape appears in the clouds. By looking at the location, I guess, on the maps. It's very smoggy there, isn't it? So we don't know if that's looking at the side or up in the sky at the moment. Okay, it's obviously looking up in the sky. Okay. Now we've got a picture. Yeah, there's a square one. It's got some Chinese type music on it. Good one, Scott. I suppose we should mute that, just in case it's not copyright friendly. Probably already too late. Yeah, it wasn't a really good explanation, I don't think. Not compared to my quality, but here, at least you can see the top of the building here that's lit up. And you can see that it forms cookie cutter effect. Have we got a triangle one? Yes, I wonder if people get fooled by that garbage. Stupid, really, isn't it? I'm a bit surprised he hasn't put up any of the buildings. Maybe more come to light since then. And he's saying here's an extra bit that come to light after, by the looks of it. Source triangle. Yeah, well, with the close up of the screen, guys. That's terrible. Twitter sucks. Doesn't allow skimming. That's just useless. It's lost its way, I think. Great.
Oh, 漂亮.
So you can see how lit up it is at the top. And looks like it's actually 3 different buildings. This one here, this one here, and this one here lit at the top. That's forming the triangle. 3 buildings, I think.
谢谢。然后这个是什么时候的？这是去年的，去年的是这样的。
So 3 buildings. Or could it be this one here? It's a triangle shape. But anyway, that Chinese guy's debunked it there. But yeah, that's what we weren't looking for. We're looking for not those ones. We're looking for the long exposure. Let's see. China. Secureteam, probably. I think he was the main culprit. UFO of interest. Let's see what we got. Maybe it's France. Or maybe Twitter has archived it. Yep. So let's find on that. Let's see, helicopter. No results. I think it's probably been archived. It's going to be, what, 3, 4 years old. Yeah. Yeah. I thought that might be the case. The Twitter is not searchable now. Unless we got the wrong keywords. China. Useless, isn't it? What are keywords are it? Messership. We'll try massive. Here we go. No. I will be in a live stream of mine somewhere. With the more information. I suppose I could search my live streams going back years. France, China. Massive. What else can we try? Beam. Cigar ship. Oh dear. You never know what you're going to get in a search. 2018 here. Any in 2017? I don't think I saw any 2017s. I think the search can only go back a few years. Unless you retweet it. 2018. Oh, here's 2017. Beam over image. Oh, here we go. Pure chance. Here we go. Okay, I thought it might be disco strips, but then I didn't know it was long exposure. Because you can do that with these disco lights, right? You can then just try to turn a beam on and off at different patterns. But yeah, it's definitely long exposure. I think he didn't read my second tweet. Okay, where's your second tweet, mate? Okay, I wonder if it's got the answer in this one. Let's see. Put too much reading though. I cannot offer opinion in this case because we have not yet collected all the documents. As that was the case with these things that are put up by this Secureteam. Yeah, they put that one up on a TV show too with Richard Dolan and Nick Pope, and they said it hadn't been explained, which is strange. So yeah, I thought we found it. Got close to it, but he didn't link in his original one. And that's the same post. Oh well, I tried to find it. So this shows that even I go wrong sometimes until we get more information. And of course, understanding more about cameras back then too. So that's when I first started, and look where we're at now. Yeah, I think he had a plane map up and all that sort of stuff. That proved it was a police helicopter in China. Now he's putting all these independent things together. Chinese huge alien hunting telescope. Why they would call that alien, I don't know, because as you know, radio telescopes map the cosmos, not just looking for aliens. That's more SETI. It's not like it's listening to the same sort of broadcasts as SETI is. But yeah, I wonder if they'll maintain that like they did with the other one that was in South America, because that was built into a mountain as well, wasn't it? Eventually got rusty and fell a bits. Present day, okay. And here's that stupid building light. So he strung together all those fake things apart from the radio telescope and trying to make a story up, right? Driving in the top 1% here. Do great as a UFO pilot. So yeah, is this recycling stuff here? And all the different cases have been debunked. And it's all misleading. And if you have a read of the comments that people saying, obviously the newcomers yeah, so even that helicopter picture was nothing to do with this airport. Remember there was some sort of UFO over airport where they closed it down. It was nothing to do with the pictures that we saw. I suppose we could probably find the reports on that actually. Started in July 2010. One of these occurred in 9/11/2010. So yeah, let's actually do a search on that, see what happened. Because he's put it all together and trying to make a new story. It's a bit like the Black Knight satellite was based on all these individual stories, which turned out to be, a lot of them turned out to be wrong, including the 13,000-year-old satellite. Was based on another thing that a scientist calculated Tesla's signal. How far away it was, and then he said he made a mistake in the maths and it wasn't actually that far. But anyway, someone took that information and joined it into a big story for the Black Knight satellite, and here he's trying to make this one. Chinese close airport for UFO, and I bet that picture is not even mentioned, that he's just added in. UFO in China over airports. Here we go. So what year was that? Alright, so there is one. What year was it though? What happened there? Should be a year number here, shouldn't it? Where's the picture disappeared to? That's crazy. It disappears. Okay, we might have to look for another link. UFO over airports. (2010). So that must be the first one, July. It says up here. Oh, here we go, 2010. And again, they're using that false image. Someone's taken a picture of a long exposure of a helicopter near the airport, and it's ended up in the newspaper. And that's not the actual UFO. Whether the object was a plane or whether it was airport UFO, I don't have a clear answer. Beam of light over my head. Looking up, I saw a streak of bright white light flying across the sky. So I picked up the camera and took the photograph. So that must be it there. Where's it gone? So yeah, it's probably on, only visible on the camera, I'd say. Doesn't say where we saw it with his eyes, right? Only one witness? That's very strange, isn't it? And only one picture. The photos taken by residents may be unrelated to the UFO. There you go. That shut down the airport. According to Hangu Meteorological Authorities, residents in the afternoon probably saw light reflected off a airplane. Yeah, that sounds more like it. Which makes it a long streak, doesn't it? So yeah, that one here doesn't look like it's in the daytime. It won't show up for some reason. Let's go images. That one there. And you can see it's got holes in it where it's been moving. The guy obviously knew it was a helicopter. Tried to sell it to the magazine, probably. If you look carefully at it, you can see it's got holes in the image where it's moving. That's a police helicopter. And all these other ones are probably similar people trying to do it as well. Security cameras or whatever. So that one, so he put it back to 2016. Back here, when it was actually 2010, so that's another era. Let's see. What date does he start? Oh no, 210.
A UFO in China's skies.
Yeah, so it was 210, and then he went 216. What was the 216 one? 216 was the antenna, was it? Yeah, what was that 216? The antenna, I think, was it? It's here somewhere. $216, and then it went to two with the with this one, 2019, wasn't it? Oh no, that's current day. It was 2019 one. Well, antenna was 2019. And 2016, was it? 3 years to build it. So was he trying to say that the antenna attracted the aliens? What else is people saying? When I saw the video of the giant black triangle, I felt a chill. I felt my money leaving my pocket. When you said it happened in June, I got another one. This past June, I was doing my night watch. It was sometime between 3:30 and 4 in the morning, and these three bright lights in the sky caught my eye. They were in a narrow Oscilles triangle. Yeah, that could be just three jets in formation, or Chinese lanterns, or LED balloons. I've seen a few of those triangle appearing in Fort Worth, Texas. But if you wouldn't see a triangle in the sky unless it was above you directly, would you? If you see a triangle looking out to the horizon, that means the craft is tilted towards you. It's travelling at a funny angle then, isn't it? It's always banking. You never see someone aim the camera straight up in the sky to see the formation. They're always it's always at the horizon where you see above houses or trees and that sort of stuff, right? And of course these triangle craft wouldn't be travelling like that. They wouldn't be travelling so the lights are shown on the side like that as a banking. Just hovering there, that's kind of nuts. It'd be parallel and you'd only see the sides, where there'd be probably little squares of light and people walking around, and the 3-story high triangle craft, because you'll be seeing the side of it, so you won't be seeing underneath it unless you're aiming the camera straight up. But in this video they're not triangles though, only the last one, which we know is a building, a shadow on the clouds. The first ones they're not talking about, with the cylinder, which we know is long exposure, because if you look at the image properly you can see it's got broken up bits in it. It's not a solid object. Keep up the great work at Disinformation. Been watching you for years, and you're a con in that case. Great video. What's wrong with these people? Come on. Great job at disinformation, yeah. Thanks, man. We're loving everything you're telling us. New Zealand, D. Walker. Where do you live, D? I'm in New Zealand. Let's get you educated, shall we? If you're watching, by any chance. What if we can reach out to these people? I think Google blocks everything as spam now, so you can't actually reach out to anybody. And of course, if they've got no videos, you can't post a comment. We'll just try. Hey! Watch. Hey, come to me on OT Chin. I don't think they read their discussion ones. You never know. We'll see what happens. So this is how you can reach out to people. Get around his blocking of comments. Unblocked, obviously, because I would reach out to all these people saying, have a look at this. The triangle's actually a building. Here's the answer. So just replying here gets you blocked, right? He's got his own insomnia army that sort of goes through the comments. You can't have the truth being known. He does awesome work. So again, if you want to go through and see if you can contact each of these people, just right click, open new tab. And maybe the discussion tab is gone, but he might have a video. So he's got videos up, so you can say on some of his videos something. So he's got one on video. Obviously he's an Asian dude, is he? Kind of looks like it. He's got a lot of videos up. I'll just go here. See if we get a response. Hey, did you know Tyler faked many videos? I have evidence. That's all you can do. Just hope they listen. Could be African, is he? Anyway. So you'd have to do that with each of these people. So anyway, you can probably get to it, and then they might flag you as a spammer or whatever, even though it's each comment, got to make each comment different. Never have two comments the same. Else it gets detected. Always type it fresh. Thank you again. The clips of the beams of light shining down from the craft in so many black triangle shapes. And well done to the people who do their best to record it. So here's another one. Allison, totally lost. I thought they were beaming up. So another one you probably could try and reach out to. Only 2 million to go. And this one hasn't got any videos probably. So there's no way to reach out to this one. She's only got a playlist. and no discussion tab, so there's no way we can reach out to her. Google makes it too hard. Bit of a shame. Another way you can get to is on his Twitter, but obviously his main account here is on YouTube. But if you go to his Twitter account, and you can do the similar thing as to what I was doing there, by actually approaching each person individually. That's probably how I got some of you guys to follow me. You're probably angry at me first, saying, "How dare him?" Why can't I see him? Should be here. There it is. Mr. Grey was hiding them. So here's his video posts, right? Saying he's working on another video. So what you can do is click on one of the comments. Not like that though. Got to get in the right place. And you can then reply to each of these people. Obviously this guy here is part of the team, so he would get you blocked. So go first to my one. So you can go through this one here, and basically you just click on the message, because Tyler will have you blocked probably, like he has me, and it comes up blank. And once you got that, you can then just copy that there and go and paste it to where you're logged in, and then you can reply as yourself, right? At the moment I'm not logged in, so I can't reply, right? So you just have to log in. But yeah, that's the way you can get around it, and just post it underneath theirs and say, have a watch of this video and see how you go. You can't do more than 10. Twitter sees it as any links that you post 10 URLs in it as spam. So again, Twitter makes it really hard to reach out to people. So yeah. So how we can educate these people, a bit hard to know, unless they stumble across your channel. And of course most of them won't watch it because they got 5 minutes attention spans, and you need at least 20 minutes to explain how he hoaxed stuff. Awesome video, awesome disinformation, guys. He's worse than Mr. Doty. You should know this by now. Wow, they demonetized you because you remembered 9/11. Serves him right. He should be demonetized anyway. Supporting this channel since the first intro. So we're not going to get rid of this guy anytime soon, because we've got all these idiots that just don't know what they're watching. It's really sad to see it. And you better buy him nice fancy gear while the rest of us suffer, of course, because all that money that's going to him could go to the actual UFO research itself, you know. If it was me, I would be put into a crowdfund, like everybody's money would be going into the actual topic itself, to buy gear, go overseas, actually try and capture more stuff on film, and get a team of credible people together, like your scientists and stuff like that. These scientists and stuff are not going to do that with Tyler, even though he's got the money to do it. They know he's a fraud and hoaxer. You're not going to work with someone that hoaxes videos, are you? But yeah, he spends it all on himself, right? Flash watches and cars and holidays. and houses. So yeah, so they say, oh, you're just jealous, and I'm just annoyed that the money is being wasted on him versus being put into the research field. So if all that money he got, almost $3 million, right, was put into research in UFOs, and that would just bring in more money because you turn it into a real TV show then. And then you could just keep buying better and better equipment, bring more people into it, have several buses of technology people that goes to different areas and form maybe a grid and see if you can capture the same object from different viewpoints. That's really what you want. Anyway, it's just my dream. Never happen. Maybe someone will do it. Who knows? Maybe it'll be Lou. Who knows? He might make lots of money from his book. Which I'm not sure if you heard this or not, but now he's got a book out, and it's got some sneaky information that he's never told any interview. Yeah. So he'll probably make $1 million out of that. And that sort of put me in the back burner now for Lou, because as soon as someone obviously is trying to make personal gain from it, means he's not really into the topic itself. It's all about self-funded, just like this guy here. So yeah, so we got long exposure of helicopters, something about a telescope, and then we got a shadow of lights of a building on the clouds, and you can only see it properly if you muck around with the color contrast. And then where does he go to from there? Oh God, talking about his merchandise, I betcha. I haven't actually watched it. I didn't come to polls like that. I stumbled upon the channel someday and was impressed on how patient he was dissecting UFO stuff. Yeah. I do spend too long on stuff though, and people switch off. So let's see what he's going to say here.
Great quality trucker hats and snapbacks. If I wouldn't wear it, I definitely wouldn't tell you guys to wear it. So your support.
So why is he not wearing a Secureteam T-shirt or a hoodie in that case? See, this guy is just so good at lying.
Is paramount to the continuation of this channel, and with that, let's get back to it. So as you saw, sort of in sequence at the beginning, China has always known about the UFO phenomena. It has been occurring over there for many years. It's not just something that happens in America. It's just that China hides it way better, except for the fact they built this $1 trillion telescope for no other purpose than to capture UFOs or alien signals. And so then the footage that you just saw play is from this year. It was captured in June or July, I believe, as you saw, just a... And they couldn't make heads or tails of it. And they posted a photograph of the Statue of Liberty and how that casted a shadow on the clouds above that could have created a similar effect above enhancement, so you could actually see the object better and know for sure that there is a triangular shaped object sitting there in the sky above Shanghai, and there certainly is. And as I play you this sped up footage of this object moving or sitting in the sky, it's plain as
the clouds are moving, right?
Day. Now, IFL Science even did a news story on this, titled "Eerie Footage Appears to Show Triangular UFO Hovering Over Shanghai." And they couldn't make heads or tails of it. And they posted a photograph of the Statue of Liberty and how that casted a shadow on the clouds above that could have created a similar effect above Shanghai. But when you compare the two, it's obvious that whatever is above Shanghai is a completely...
So he's tried to incorporate some truthfulness, but still deceptiveness. Because he hasn't used the proper footage that Scott Brando showed, right, with the guy with the phone, with the actual buildings, showing it was how it was being made with the 3 buildings.
Intact object. It is not a shadow from
So
a
this
high
is why he's really clever. I just wonder if he's ever done a psychology degree or something. Or he's done some study in it, probably an online course. Knows how to, philosophy is another one. Way you can twist things around to make it look more believable. We did a course in philosophy where we could turn an argument right around on itself. It was a really good course. How to convince people that 1 + 1 = 0 or whatever. It's just amazing what you can find out in these courses in university. So I just wonder if he's using some of that technique here. But remember, he wanted to be an actor and a movie maker and a script writer and or work in Hollywood and stuff, which we found out online when he was younger. So nothing's changed really.
rise that connects down to any of the other buildings. This thing is solid, it's by itself, it's unattached to anything. And the many people of Shanghai who know these streets, who know the city, who know these skies were totally
debunked
perplexed,
it.
which should give you even more evidence that this object was definitely out of place. And so as you're watching this here, it's amazing stuff. And as I showed you in order from where it first started back in the mid-2010s, there...
Okay, this one's been explained too. Obviously that's a fighter jet. And this one here was one of the experimental craft. Was it the one... a drone. Can't remember the name of it. X something or other. People thought maybe it was CGI, but when you look at it, I think you can work it out that it's actually a fighter jet trailing an experimental flight of one of the X-planes.
Was a number of UFO incidents, particularly over Chinese airports, where hundreds of flights were grounded, where we had these cigar-shaped objects that were parking themselves above these airports.
See what's interesting here? That's obviously creating a contrail, and this one's not creating much of a contrail.
Incidents, particularly over Chinese airports.
So yeah. Why? That's the question. Maybe that's further up and not in the ice layer. Or it could be producing a hotter exhaust which condenses into ice crystals.
Ports where hundreds of flights were grounded, where we had these cigar-shaped objects that were parking themselves above these.
So, what's X-plane test footage? Don't know if we can find it or not. But he's mixing stuff together, you see. So, if you saw that in the sky, if they're doing these tests with these triangle-shaped craft, you're going to think they're TR-3Bs, aren't you? And that's NASA. And of course, a lot of the UFO footage that we saw from the past turned out to be the spy plane, right? The stealth fighter and all that. We now, as we call it, IFOs. I got a feeling it might have been testing this thing here. Space plane. Although it doesn't look like it's he's gone past it now. Where was it? Yeah. Although it doesn't look like it's a defined shape there. It does have like a triangle shape to it. Rather than an oval shape, right? Because it's overexposed by the camera. So it could be this one here, whatever that thing was called. Over Florida. It kind of looks like a UFO shape, doesn't it? It's kind of cross between a space shuttle. X-37B, I think that's what it was, by memory. Where we can find the footage for it. X-37B. Mixed fighter. Got a feeling it was that one. Of course, if people don't put the keywords in, we'll never see it as an image. Yeah, it's not coming up, is it? But again, it's this deception and disinformation from Tyler. Yeah, it's not coming up. Pretty sure that was it though. But anyway, better keep on moving.
Of flights were grounded, where we had these cigar-shaped.
So that's probably why it's creating a contrail, that one, because it's using rocket engines, while the other one's using jet engines.
Jets that were parking themselves above these airports and then vanishing just as quick.
But as we saw in that newspaper article, what was photographed is not what was over the airport. And they said most likely what they filmed. All the different photographs were planes.
Quickly, and in many of the photographs you'll see what appear to be light beams of some sort beaming down to the ground. And as I looked at these images, it immediately reminded me of in my opinion, I
don't know if you can see the segments in that one, but you can see it's got little bits happening. And you can see here it's like a curvy cigar, you know. Aliens not going to have a curvy cigar ship like that. It's like a floppy ship, are they?
Identical or almost identical capture of a very similar UFO over the Gold Coast.
Same there too. You can see the helicopter's changed altitude a wee bit. It's a floppy going the other way instead. They're not going to have that. And that one there is just plain terrible. You can see the little holes where it's moved. What happened there? Use a proxy. Yeah, just keep on going.
This massive radio telescope, the biggest ever built, and then finally began testing it in the late 2015s. Triangular in shape, it's silent up on radar, and to be a US-made craft that has alien technology incorporated. It's triangular in shape, it's silent.
I'm not sure if I've seen this footage before.
It uses anti-gravity to move at will.
Though.
It is unable to be picked up on radar and can move at breakneck speed.
What is it?
And so is this what we're seeing above China another TR-3B, or is it something
That looks like a plane coming from it.
from off-planet? And as I said, the Chinese has known
that's
about
right.
these
That's the
things
German
for
brothers.
years.
That's CGI.
Why else would they spend billions, if not trillions of dollars that
So
could
that's
definitely be
misleading.
spent
That's
for better
CGI.
purposes in their growing country? And the
In fact, you probably could take a screen snapshot and do a reverse on it, probably.
spent for better purposes It's silent. It uses anti-gravity to move at will. It is unable to be picked up on radar and can move at breakneck speeds. And so is this what we're seeing above China another TR-3B, or is it something from off-planet? And as I said, the Chinese have known about these things for years. Why?
Okay, I wonder if we can do a search on it. Just let's do it. I don't know, it just annoys me putting this garbage up. I mean, it makes so much money from it. It's just disgusting. And Google makes a lot of money from it, and that's why they like him. I just feel like it's dirty money. If I did that, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. It's just not right that he can get away with it and ruin our ufology at the same time. 14,000 like this piece of video. It's just crazy. They're so naive out there. They don't know how to do simple Google search with his name, hoaxer or something. Surely they're not going to disbelieve every website out there. There's probably like 14,000 websites out there now saying he's a hoaxer. They not believe any of the site and anyone's expertise on that. It's just crazy. So I want to search on image. It's nothing to do about being jealous. Although a lot of that money he gets could come to a better course, right? People that really want to research it. But most people are living from the money, right? They haven't got another income. Lucky I've got another income. But if I increase my income, I lose the first income. But that's alright. Just makes it more complicated. But we need a little bit of money to pay running costs. To me, I like to think that they're separate entities. My income is separate from the website income. But these other people live straight from it. Yeah, so what do we got? Any references to that one? Doesn't look good, does it? I think you probably have to put CGI, probably religion to come up with. DR3B, German. So it didn't recognize it, but see if we can find it. That's the same video. Found one. Does it go to a website? No, probably not. It's the same video. Military.com. I don't think that's a military website. Look at the people they're promoting here. The man who can summon UFOs. Yeah, I was hoping it was going to go to the original. Damn it. They've just taken it themselves and uploaded it. Black Triangle. That's all we got. The two brothers are called XXX Donuts. Donuts? XXX, I think. That could be him. TR3B. Nope. Now let's search from directly then. Donuts. Because he would have got the video from somewhere. I can't spell it. Too much. I think that's how you spell the name, but I might be wrong. Oh, here we go. Donuts. That's and there's the video. Isn't it? Isn't it the same one? It looks very similar. But they do use it quite a bit. Is that the one? Yeah, I think it might be, is it? Oh yeah, there you go. Two together. So we did find it. It's back only by my memory though, because I knew some details. So that's the original source for it. Alright. And as we know, they actually did say it was part of a project. World Pix own all distribution rights. Maybe they should sue Tyler for using it. UFO Sightings has finished the project on YouTube. So the project being CGI. And how many videos did they put up? They got more subs than me though. 2011, 4 million views. So that could be like $20,000 they got out of it. Community, what's we got there? Anything? So yeah, it's a CGI site. CGI.
Why else would they spend billions, if not trillions of dollars that could definitely be spent for better purposes?
Tom DeLonge put this one, it was legit as well, didn't he? He got caught out so badly, that guy.
In their growing country. And the reason is plain to see, as you're seeing on the screen here. More and more of these sightings began to occur. And China, just like all the other major superpowers, wanting to be the first at everything, they wanted to build the biggest, baddest telescope out there and be the first to possibly detect alien life. Because they'd seen it. Because Chinese news had published it. And so I wanted to get your take on this new footage.
Alien life. Let's see. You got to remember, how do radio telescopes work? How do radio telescopes work? I think they use multiple bands, don't they? One or more antennas pointed to the sky to collect the radio waves. The receiver and amplifier to boost the very weak radio signal to a measurable level. Okay. Function, same thing. Bringing it to focus upon amplifying it, yep. Alright. Can you detect aliens through a radio telescope? As you can see, it's getting a lot of radio signals. It's got to analyze it and process it. So that means it's got to cancel out data that it thinks is noise or something. So if you do that, you could throw out the alien with the bathwater, so to speak, right? You're cherry picking what you want from the signal. So, again, saying a radio telescope though, is it? SETI, right? Radio beam. World's latest telescope could also help. Okay, let's have a look at that one. Discover alien civilizations. And guess what? It's a Chinese one. But the key word here was also. And that wasn't its prime motive, was it? So let's have a look. If aliens are out there listening for them with radio telescopes, could be a good way to find them. This has been the mission of projects like SETI and the Breakthrough Listed Initiative. But it's not the same as what they're using to map stars and planets, though, is it? Radio is likely the easiest way for civilizations to communicate. I would have thought light. If you could make a big enough flash, right? You could go over greater distances, and you could use it like fiber optics, right? So if you do flash, you know, do it like Morse codey or binary or some sort, you could do it over a greater distance. And if you could block the light of a superstar, right? Then you could sort of open it up with flaps, right, in the direction of where the spaceship is, so you could communicate over large distances. But then again, the ship would have to find some way of communicating back, but it'd probably only be one direction, wouldn't it? Unless you find another star to build a massive platform in front of it to block the light. 'Cause that to me would be the better answer. We're sort of looking at radio waves when we should be looking at light waves. And of course that could be that what they found out was that the star that kept dimming, right? And they kept thinking it was like a bunch of asteroids that keep circling around it and can slowly block out the light. They were saying it was, what they call it, Dyson sphere, right, where they build a sphere right around the sun and collect all the energy from it. But that also could be a way of communicating, right? This is like I'm saying, over great distances. Better than radio signal. And that's travelling at the speed of light as well. So maybe we should be looking at blinking lights in the sky, which we often see with stars, right? Maybe there's some code in the blinks. But you need to be out in space, really, with long exposure to get away from clouds. But anyway, here they're saying it could be used, not to its main purpose. Detecting any alien signal would be a long shot, but it is worth thinking about. It's a single large disk, which makes it capable of capturing faint point sources, as paper points out fast. So normally what happens is you use a lot of satellites scattered all over the globe, right? And you can then take the signal from all those satellites together at the same time, and it's like having a satellite dish as big as the Earth, right? That's how they detected that black hole a year or so ago. So even though there's gaps in between, each of those could get some sort of a signal, and then they could then process it with fast computers. And again, they could cherry pick the data, right? They could throw out stuff they didn't like and form a black hole and just say it's a black hole when it's misleading. This is the problem with science as well. You get students doing it at universities as a thesis, and yeah, they might have just cherry picked the data to make it look more credible. So yeah, I always question everything, like, as I keep saying. Anyway, enough on that garbage. Look at this stupid thing. He's brought that one up as well. You know, the stupid fake UFO thing. Was like a air car or something. That was just a stunt. Chinese
object that is propelled much like a helicopter that was leaked, or the Chinese released video and imagery of to the internet.
You can see it's on blocks underneath.
Back in 2020, and while it does look like your typical 1950s flying saucer, it definitely does not look like what we are seeing here above Shanghai. So does China know something more than we do here in the good old US of A? Or could this
God, it's just hopeless. People loved it though. What can you do? So yeah, who else do we need to look at today? I better catch up on the side comments. What's happened here? Who we got with us at the moment? Whenever I watch Tyler, always ends up being a rant because he just so annoys me. The date of the channel creation doesn't tell much. I've got a Gmail address since 2012. That's what it says on my bio page, but I only started putting up some videos as of last year. Oh yeah, so you could have created a YouTube channel when it came out, right? Just to post comments, and then you could then start uploading stuff, and people think you've been around for years. Yeah, that's true. But then you got what used to happen is Google used to put date stamps on uploads. Not sure if it shows it on mine, but they did put it back in, and then they took it away again. I'll just choose one here. Let's have a look. Might only be available to us. There you go, look. Streamed live on September. So that's one's got a stream. I need a normal upload one though. That one's a normal upload. Here you go, it's got a date here. 24th of August. And I've even got it in the title. I used to put it in title anyway, just in case they got rid of the date timestamps, because people could see how old it was. Yeah, so if we look at someone else now, I suppose Third Phase have put out something by now too, since I did them yesterday. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. Where did we get to? There, wasn't it? Already got 2 new ones up. So let's click on that one. And sure enough, it's got a date here on that one. But can we get to the oldest one? Not too easily. You'd have to scroll down lots of pages. You could search though. You could search for an old one. Let's see. Although they use such clickbait titles, it's hard to know. What would be a good one? Trying to think of a title that might use plane, strange plane, maybe. Try plane. Here we go. Battlestar Galactica. No, that's actually Star Wars, isn't it? plane with a bird flying past. Here's a good one, telephone pole. There you go, another example where you can't see. And there's the date, 2011, right? So assume that if you uploaded it to YouTube, at least we have some sort of stamp on it. Now let's have a look at this one. This one looks fun. If it'll play. I'll just get out of that. How's the audio sounding? Yeah, sounds alright. Okay, what have we got? Looks like it could be the sea, fog, and cloud. It kind of looks like a small plane, and like a seaplane. But it could be CGI. Let's have a look. Doesn't seem to have any out of focus happening, which is a bit suspect, isn't it? Expect to see some out of focus happening. Trees and sharp focus there. I think the tree went out of focus, but that thing didn't. Yeah, is it CGI or not? Oh, that music. Oh no, it's hypnotic music in the headset here. It's terrible. Now, when it went behind here, yeah, it did seem to go through a hole there. It popped out there. But can we see it through the rest of it? Because that's really hard to do if it's CGI. Oh, pushed the wrong button. What's happened? Pushed the wrong button, bull. Okay, we're back to normal. I suppose I stuffed up the streaming now. Yeah. Okay, let's try that again. So the plane was going this way. I'd expect to see some of it. Can't see any bright lights. But if that was a plane with the sunshine on it, it's going to be lit up like that. But you can see here, it's not quite in focus. It's going in and out. Can't see any bright light behind the trees at all. I would have thought it would lit up some holes. Here it is here, isn't it? Is it there? I know, what's this here? Doesn't look as bright now though, does it? Yeah, I don't think it's CGI. Okay. So I still think it's just a plane. It seems to be keeping the constant height there. I don't know if we can see any shape to it. Well, it does seem to have some sort of glow around it at the front, which is kind of weird. Which doesn't make any sense. Like it's unless it's got a couple of lights on the front, which would be a plane, where it's shining into the fog of the cloud. So that sort of makes it more plane-like again. So, yeah, on to the next one. They're just going to keep repeating it, are they? Oh, horrible music. Yeah, so I suppose this is on the island, so I guess they get a lot of planes coming to and from it, right? That looks like it's heading away. And I think I can even see a plane in it. Saw something then. And you can see the beams of light, I think, as well. Just like we did in the other ones. But that one there could be a helicopter. Okay, let's just go back. Almost looks like a beam of light going downwards here. Police helicopter. See, it went black streak then. That was kind of strange. Seems to have a black thing at the front there. See there, something happening there. A triangle. I don't think it's a helicopter now. Not too sure. Does look like two beams. Something happening there. Two triangle-shaped black bits coming out the front. Possibly a plane or not. But why the black bit at the front? Oh, suddenly rotated. Well, that's weird, isn't it? Could it be a helicopter tail that's flipped around? Sort of slowed, rotated. It could be a helicopter still. With some bright spotlights on it, it's overexposed. Rotating around. Could be a search helicopter out to sea, I suppose. Now that's why you got to do it frame by frame, really. And zoom in like this. But it needs some filters on it, probably. If we can cut down that brightness, maybe it have a shape to it, like a helicopter shape. And we can sort of do that with that tool that we added in, plugin. Here we go for time. Where was it? So we might be able to do it with this. Let's have a look. And vids. That sort of adds an orange filter to it. Don't know if it helps any. It's invisible now. Can't see it now. It doesn't help much, does it? Reset. Contrast. Just cut it down a bit, but it's not really helping much. Brings out the background better. Not the object. Now let's just try it with that. No. Sort of had a oval shape to it, like a helicopter though. Oh, what happened there? Alright, we were switching before. Where's the one with the telephone pole gone to? It could be on this. He looks different there, doesn't he? He looks a lot younger.
Tracked by an unknown aircraft. This UFO, dubbed the Iron Man, zoomed.
That's a flying suit, anyway. So that was 2011. Doesn't seem they changed much, have they? Yeah, where was the telephone pole that at the beginning of the thumbnail? I thought I selected the right one. That one there. Definitely a telephone pole, isn't it? I just wanted to see what they were doing with that one. I think it'd probably be like a hilltop here with low cloud that's hiding the rest of it. And someone's just moving the camera around, making it look like it's moving around. So where's that one? So that would be course called clickbaity, wouldn't it? Because that image is not actually in the video, from what I saw.
And spycraft that we received this
Okay, maybe it's in this bit.
craft that we received phase of moon. My name's Blake Cousins, and in this week's episode, we're going to be discussing some of the drones and spycraft that we received
We didn't quite see that one.
this week on our Third Phase of Moon channel. The RQ-180 CIA unmanned drone shot down in Iran. The CIA. Amazing video.
Yeah, so maybe it's not on that one. So they're saying that telephone pole is going to be a drone. That's what how I'm reading it. There's one there. Let's have a look at that one. Secret spy plane. So, CGI guys, or what are we looking at here? Groom Lake, they reckon. To me, it looks like a plane that's a regular plane there, right? Like a Cessna. Like a Cessna. And it's been edited. Well, it's got to be CGI, isn't it? Looks like someone's gone over it with a stretching tool, you know, sort of stretched it out a wee bit at the front and back. It's got to be a Photoshop. CGI plane. In fact, if you listen carefully, I think we can hear the twin props. But it might be part of the soundtrack. That's why they add music to it, to make it a bit harder for us. Spy plane my foot. You wouldn't use a prop engines for a spy plane. What else we got? Oh, this one here. Clearly a similar effect, right? Where they've merged several images together of the same plane. Here we go. So how would you do that? So it looks like the same plane getting further away, and they just lined up the video 3 times and zoomed it in. That's how I would do it. Really simple to do. And just overlay it on the same spot. The clouds. Let's see. Let's see how the clouds work.
The second video, John.
No, we didn't see it. They stopped it as soon as it nearing the cloud. Okay, it's got similar white cloud. If that was like slightly delayed.
The second video.
And you can see it just as it got to the more complicated bit of the cloud. They stopped the video.
The second.
Okay, this coming towards us. Oh. Obviously, some sort of CGI camera trick. Yeah, look, he doesn't look really honest there, does he? Still got that smirk on his face.
Second video, John Bennett.
Would you buy a car from this guy, people? I suppose I should read the comments if there's anything out there. Overexposed, yeah, the last one. Yeah, I don't think I'd buy a car from, like...
Old VHS vintage footage showing 2 flying saucers in midair. Today we're going to take a closer look with my brother, Brent Cousins.
Okay. Nope.
Brent, thanks for joining us here at Third Phase of Moon. It's my pleasure to be back.
Brent, he looks so different now, doesn't he? Eh? They look more similar when they're younger than almost looking like a mirror image there.
Alright, we've been receiving video from Groom Lake, Nevada for over a year now. Can you tell me what you think this supersonic aircraft is? Well, Blake, it definitely looks man-made. Could this hypersonic jet be a government prototype? People have said here on YouTube that this is...
Okay, so... original plane footage. And then you zoom it smaller and bring it further out. I could see how they could do it. Or they could have just added a fake cloud overhead on another layer. Do those... does it look correct here? So it doesn't look correct here for contrail, does it? That might be a reflection there though. But that's going to be a contrail. Something's not right there in the image there. It looks like a contrail. Let's just carry it on the frame. Oh, they got it paused. Yeah, they got it paused, damn it.
doctored aircraft. Tell me, what are your thoughts on this? Well, Blake, the thing that caught my eye was this aircraft traveling through the clouds. This would be very difficult to produce.
Okay, it looks like a contrail, right?
Could this strange aircraft be a Boeing C-9 hybrid? If you look at this video real close,
I think it's just overlaid images with some added CGI effects. But anyway, got sidetracked on those ones. Yeah, they do look, I like there. He's got that little smirk on his face.
alright, if you've captured anything amazing regarding UFOs, send it to us at Thirdphaseofmoon via Skype or Twitter. My name's...
But they just make it up in themselves anyway. Anyway, back to the latest footage, I guess. So, if a channel changes and you had all that garbage up, wouldn't you just get rid of it? So it's just more proof that they haven't changed. Yeah, let's have a look at these ones. And wrap up for the day, I guess. Did I get that one there? Oh, we haven't done this one. So it must be coming up here. It must be in these ones. I think they're going to recycle it in that case. Let's have a look.
Report for you today. The UAP that there's some smoke trail coming off of it, but then it
Smoke
sustains
trail.
its formation, which is
It's not like that one we looked at where it looked like it actually did have smoke canisters on it and it kept changing shape and thickness and stuff. This one's definitely static.
kind of strange. Usually smoke will dissipate.
And around it, actually giving a good scale on how big this thing is. The tail stretches out quite a bit. I'm estimating,
50
again, looking
meters,
at size,
according
probably
to
about
the stats we saw. 50 feet, I mean.
Stuff like these.
Like cousins.
Yeah.
We'll see ya.
So what was the one on this one? I don't understand. Maybe I saw something in it they didn't. Okay, next one.
Let's just go down the rabbit hole here for a second.
All the way. This is illuminating the entire sky, ladies and gentlemen. It is illuminating the entire sky.
Ladies
Let
and
me get a
gentlemen.
laser on this for you for right here. I do not know what that is.
I'll just fire a laser at and blind the
Why?
pilot. Who cares?
I do not know what this anomaly is. Unbelievable. It is just there.
You're not allowed those laser pens in New Zealand. If you did that and it turned out to be a pilot, you'd be arrested. Probably stuck in jail. Fined $100,000. America clamping down on it too. You know?
I did my CE5 protocols.
He's a Dr. Greer friend. Okay. So, what are we looking at, guys? Could it be another one of these lead kites that's lit up? Kind of looks like it could be, couldn't it? Someone's saying someone's shooting a laser at our kites in the sky. Yeah, it's pretty blurry footage. He needs to get it optical soon.
Oh my goodness gracious. I'm going to just pull back here real quick.
Goodness gracious.
As you can see, I'm over the ocean line, and that is about a couple hundred feet in the atmosphere.
Oh, well, I suppose it makes a bit difference than the F word and all that.
I don't know what we got going on there. Wow.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. Again, we're bringing you the latest UFO footage from around the world. And we received this just moments ago from Anthony. And he's allowed us to share it with you. He's asking questions. What the heck's going on in our skies? Well, he noticed things that are anomalous in regards to this. But we did some research today because something big happened.
Yes, a rocket launch it could be.
Something real big. Is this in correlation to the event? Brent, what's your thoughts here?
Was it the launch of that SpaceX they did with the passengers?
We're watching it in real time, and we saw the first civilian crew launch into space for the first time. They're actually going to go beyond any astronaut since the Apollo mission.
And if you look at this one, the contrail is actually wider too. So this is in Florida, is it? Where'd they launch from? I think it looks like Florida.
Pretty exciting stuff. Congratulations to America. Good job. And what are we looking at? Is this the after effect of what we're seeing that was launched in Florida being seen all the way in New York? This is a possibility. And all we need to do is basically put the time schedule, this time stamp, and I bet we're going to come to
better wrap up.
The opinion that this is what it is. Still, Anthony, great catch, by the way. If you see anything like this in the sky, make sure
it's always a good laugh to look at these.
You're going to capture a moment in history.
So I nailed it down there. Either a kite led up far away at the beach, or SpaceX launching passengers up. So it looks like they think it's the SpaceX one. Got to send seconds ago. Did some research today. To send 2 seconds ago. Did I miss something? I've seen a non-fudge photograph, of two flashes. You got to spin ES, I think, of lightning meeting in midair. One appeared to erect from the ground, while the other one come down. It's a known phenomenon. Yep. It's rare to capture it though, especially without rolling the shutter, as we found out. So that's SpaceX from far away. It's not the best. Must be what, sunset, was it? Just that scumbag that's put a strike on my channel, so I lost the live streaming. A doctor lawyer, PhD in law. Yeah, it looks like he's going like that, eh? Like a horse.
Technology, or is this something more extraterrestrial?
Like a bird.
The craft itself isn't very...
Anyway, so what is it? I think that's one I looked at. It was a snowflake. As you can see here, it's quite hazy in the background. Was it in Japan or somewhere like that? Near the snow-capped volcano.
Very big. So, again, I start thinking in the way of monitoring.
I think it was an ice crystal, a snow crystal.
Exposed to specific sightings and events. This is interesting, seeing this footage in all its glory as this craft just zips by. I mean, again...
I don't know what his quells are. It's probably next to nothing. And yeah, it's meant to be like an expert in video and photographs, right? Okay, where's the object come into view? Here, I think. Is it just coming in? I think it was the snowflake, this one. Most of the time they turn out to be bugs, but... well, it could be a bit of pollen as well. You know how you get the fluffy bits off the trees, right? But it kind of looks like a snowflake already now. And it's got the hole in the middle, right? So it's either pollen or a bit of snowflake. With the hole in the middle. Has it gone bust already? They zoom in. Oh.
Technology, or is this something more extraterrestrial? The craft itself...
I think it had a snowflake pattern to it. Although it could still be pollen. Pollen. Or seed pods. Seed pod, like one of those helicopter ones that's sort of bent on itself. Seed pods. Aerodynamic, probably. Seed pod that drifts. Let's see what we got for pictures. Of course, there's got to be UFO to them. So these are various seeds. You can see there's one that's got a couple of wings on it. Circular. But we want one that floats. Now we've got ones that on a tree over here that look like little helicopter blades, and they're actually twisted. and actually spin around as it comes off the tree. It spins around and causes lift. I'm not sure if you get those in America or not. That's what I was thinking. It was something like that, but it's twisted around on itself, maybe deformed. I don't know what you call it though. Wherever I could find a picture of one. They're really clever. We used to throw them up around in the playground. See how far they could go. So we know the dandelion is very light, but I don't think it's that one. I suppose if we put the right country in, it would help narrow it down as well. Seapod that spins like a helicopter. Like blades. Here we go, these ones. Maybe, I don't know if you've seen these ones at all in America. When they drop, they spin around. And it creates some lift. There you go, look, there we go, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at one of these that's sort of bent around further. I've got it paused on the spots. See, there's the leaves that they're sort of bent around itself. It's one of these. What's that called though? Helicopter trees. Oh, there you go. Helicopter trees. Switch trees to helicopter seeds grow. There's another bunch of them. You've got these ones longer ears on them. Got that one spirals. Almost look like moths' wings, don't they? Look like moths. See, Mother Nature already worked out the aerofoil. It's wonder why it took us so long to discover it. Yeah, maybe the Egyptians did discover it. Or the people that built the pyramids. So yeah, I think it's something like that. Something like this one here. But anyway. Or possibly still a snowflake. You know, snowflakes are pretty similar looking. But yeah, I'm more inclined to think maybe Seapod now. What snowflake? It could be a cluster of snowflakes forming a pattern. Look, you need a whole bunch of them though. Yeah, I'm just not finding it as easy. But you had a whole collection of these. It's possible. It's got that fluffy whiteness to it. Be good to get a single frame on a camera though. There's a pole that's on the ground here. It's quite clever, isn't it, Snowflakes? That would be really close up though. We want something similar to what's in the video. But anyway, it's going to be something natural. Or one of those fluffy cotton things. Cotton seeds or something. Let's see if there's any seed cotton. I suppose we could do something like that. Cotton blowing in the wind. Could be, it's got a hole there. It's caught up in the wind. Because obviously these have got seeds in them, right? So they want them to be caught up in the wind and drift off. Because that's how plants reproduce, right? And they don't want the children land on the ground next to them to suck up the nutrients that the parent bushes want, and they want it to drift off. Cotton seed floating. Let's see if there's anything. We've got some images of cotton floating here. So there you go. Could easily be, couldn't it? Something like that as well. I don't think it's a dandelion. Fluffy seeds. Yeah. So they got the dandelion again. I thought it was going to be a whole page of different seeds, but it doesn't look like it. What's that, cotton? Yeah, it sort of looks right, doesn't it? It could be something like that as well. Flying saucer would be way down the list for me anyway.
Itself isn't very big. So again, I start thinking in the way of monitoring systems or drones, possibly from us, reverse engineered from...
These guys just talk crap.
We took... Somebody out there comes across something, a once in a lifetime.
Yeah, we gotta rush through this now.
Lines, I think, are the tunnel systems leading to all the different bases and
or sewage.
Doing research, sometimes along with humans, regardless.
And that's what you call fantasy pushers. Oh, no, I don't like you. I really don't. She's so false with all the makeup on in their nasal talking. Yeah, I don't like him much either. He's false as well. Okay, let's wrap up. I think that's it. We got to the end. Did we? Maybe not. Did we do that one?
Theories have
Yeah,
been
it's
going
that
around.
one. They're just repeating the same crap. Alright guys, we better wrap it up there. It's been like 3 hours gone again. I'm sure there'll be... we were just going to do some MUFON, but we never got to it. See, that one looks like a seed pod again. You know, we're talking about seed pods, right? What's the chances that we're going to see a seed pod? On the MUFON case, he's aiming it at the sun, so it could be lens flare. A bird in the distance. So where was the one with the seed pod? I'm sure I clicked the right one. Oh, here we go. It could be a seed pod, it could be a cloud, right? Who knows? It depends. These people don't have a video of it, unfortunately. So, but yeah, that's so look like what we're just looking at. And also it changes shapes, so but clouds change shape as well. Seapod again, or cloud, or lens flare. Here's lens, and here's a flare. Here's the sun, lens flare, and then enhanced it. That one's an easy one. And this one looks like it could be a bird. Or cloud. What are we looking at? Yeah, kind of looks like a bird flapping its wings, doesn't it? The underbelly here, the wing going upwards. And its wings V-shape, and that's just the artifact at the back here. So yeah, there's not much on MUFON either when you really go through it. It looks pretty sad. But yeah, we must do a catch up on it properly. Here's another white blob, and they seem to be like in white blobs on here. 2 white blobs. 2 distant birds, sea pods, clouds. It's funny that we should do that, and we've seen lots of images on here. Birds, is it? Yep, I think so. Cloud. Nice looking cloud. A UFO cloud. Anyway, it's never ending. All crap like that. But we'll get over it and move on stuff sometime. And yeah, thanks for joining us. It looks like we had people join and go. So what was he saying there before I go? They're called Ahorn. Yep, right, okay. I'm not a native speaker. Yeah, that's alright. None of us have got perfect English. Well, some claim to have. Probably Mick West, probably. People eating fluffy seeds or eating cattails. Yeah, I suppose a cattail, if you spread it out, it would probably float for a fair distance, wouldn't it? Time to do some experimenting. I'm going to go outside and spit out some cattails. Actually, I don't know where the nearest one would be around here. We'd have to travel probably to a lakeside, which is a fair distance from here. It'd be like 20 minutes drive. Check out Alien Hunter channel. Neat stuff of moon pics. Yeah, thanks. More moon pics, eh? You know, it's just like that guy. He does the moon stuff. What's his name again? Bruce sees all. He doesn't tell you that he's surrounded by 5 Air Force bases and they do military exercises with flares. And we looked into him, where his location was, and how he was trying to magnify stuff. It was really amateurish, and it's just hilarious. And some of them were clearly parachuted flares that were floating past the moon. But anyway, people like to get suckered by those type of guys. Most of the stuff is drifted in front of the moon anyway, in our own atmosphere. And of course that lunar wave had people conned for a while, which turned out to be mostly at night time, wasn't it, when it happened? But they didn't show you that there was a plane that was creating a V-shaped contrail flying near the moon, would fly underneath it, and then the contrail would keep expanding, and then it would go over the moon, and it would distort the atmospherics where the moon was and cause a ripple going right across the moon face. But you wouldn't see it affect the surrounding. So they kept saying, no, it's got to be on the moon, no. But everybody kept telling them it was atmospherics, and it was caused by plane contrails. So what's that guy's name? I can't remember now. 777 something, whatever was it? Crow 777. He's just a fraud promoter. Well, very delusional. But yeah, better wrap up. Bruce, yep. So, have a good night, guys, and just stay safe on the roads until I see you next time. And watch some older stuff. I have got some documentaries there that you might quite enjoy. From Egyptian light bulb, my research into it. Tesla, Townsend Brown research, pyramid airships. What's the other ones? Did quite a few of them. UFOs over history, over the years I called it. 1900 type pictures, photographs. Some of them were obviously hoaxes, like lampshades that we now know. You know, we sort of got better at picking them out. Back then I was so tired doing the editing that I never really looked into analysing them. So yeah, I got sort of conned out on a few of them myself. But with time you get better. And then you go back over things and say, yeah, this is what I thought, and now this is what I believe. No for a fact, whatever, you know. Anyway, good night, all.